suppose if it's hard for you, you can elevate yourself by using a block or a blanket as well. Today, what I want to focus in is on the Vayu, the Prana Vayu, which is the energy that circulate around the heart, and the Vayus are energies that manifest within your body and within the universe. They're about being in full connection with everything that's around us. But Prana Vayu is the one that circulates through the heart. It's one of the most important ones. So we are going to be focusing on the heart center today because it's very much needed right now in the world, in this country specifically. And yes, that's all I'm going to say at the moment. But just go ahead and place your hands onto your heart and just start breathing together. And feeling your heart center, noticing anything really. What is happening with your heart? Where are you at? Can you guys all hear me also? I hope. Just breathe in. And if there was a word that you could use to describe how your heart feels today, what is that word? And just feel that. Just connect to the emotions and the feelings associated with the word. And then release your hands, bring them down onto your knees. And then gently go ahead and rotate your neck to the right. And then go to the opposite side. And come back to center. Pause right here. And then grab a block if you have one, or don't worry about it if you don't. And you're going to gently go ahead and reach your right or left arm onto the block. Take your upper arm up, and then reach it out to the side. And then pause here. And as you breathe, just feel the side of your ribs opening up. Just a few more breaths. Keep breathing here, just slightly turning the pinky towards the floor. And as you exhale, I want you to round towards your knee. And reach all the way and circle to the opposite side. So if you have another block, it would be great. If not, again, don't worry about it. And put that forearm down on the block. Bringing that arm again and hugging your arm to your ear. Breathe. Keep opening your chest towards the ceiling. 2 more breaths. And then exhale again, rounding towards that knee. So you can feel the stretch to the side of the ribs. Circle all the way around and go to the opposite side. Open. I'm going to go one more time on each side. And slowly on your breath, reach all the way to the side and open up. And then come all the way back and open. And then come back to center. And then pause here, shake your head. Just breathe. And then come all the way up, circle your shoulders back and down. Deep breath. And as you're breathing, I want you to really feel the energy being pulled from the bottom of your spine up. But as you get to your heart center, just really feel it expand your chest. Pushing your ribs out, circulating around your heart. And as it keeps going up to the top of your head. And as you exhale again, just bring it back down, but feel it contracting against the heart, around the heart, as it slowly navigates down. It goes 3 more cycles on your own. Good, and then slowly, see if you can crawl forward. You're going to come to your hands and knees. Spreading your fingers wide, inhale and drop your heart down and bring your head up. And then exhale, round. Let's go into a few cat cows. Follow that breath. Next time you inhale up, go ahead and exhale, rounding, but as you exhale, press back into child pose. And this time as you inhale, come up, rounding the back. Exhale, drop the heart down and look up. Inhale, round the back. Exhale, press child pose. Again, inhale and come rounding. Exhale, drop your heart down and look up. Inhale, round. Exhale, press back. And we're going to reverse that. Inhale, come forward. Inhaling, still dropping the heart down and looking up. Exhale, round the spine. As you press back on your exhale. Again, inhale, dropping the heart down, come and look up. Exhale, round and press back. And staying right here and walking your arms and your torso all the way out to the left, pressing with the opposite hip back. And then come back to center and go to the opposite side. Breathe and hold. And then come back to center. And press back to your hands and knees. Deep breath into your neutral position. And see if you can, and if you want to, you can either stay on your hands and knees or tuck your toes under, and you're going to press up into a downward facing dog. Just shake your head and then let your hips sway gently left to right or right to left. And every time you sway your hips to one side, keep pressing with your hands down so you're feeling the side of your ribs opening, curving, creating space. A few more times. And then come back centered. And then looking to the top of your mat, walk your feet forward. And then gently roll up. Bring your arms around and exhale your hands to prayer pose. Release your arms on each side of your body. Start to feel the space in your neck, in your spine, in your back. The opening of your ribs, opening of your heart. Open your feet so that they're a little bit wider apart, maybe like hip distance. Then inhale and bring your arms up. And as you exhale, gently just lean to one side. Keep breathing. And then inhale, back up. Exhale, go to the opposite side. And then inhale, back up. Lower your hands back down. Then slowly lifting your left or right arm. You're going to turn your torso out to the side towards the opposite leg. Reaching down, come all the way. Lift the opposite arm up. And then keep going. So watch me for a second if you need to. It's about circling, using the arms. Opposite arm coming up as you circle. Switching. So right now we're just only circling one way. Use the breath. Just making wheels and circles with your arms. Coming all the way up, and you're going to switch. Inhale, exhale to the side. Inhale. Exhale. One last time. And then coming to just hanging on your legs, relax right here. And bend your knees slightly and roll up. Bring your arms around. And exhale, gather your hands to prayer pose. Pause, breathe. Holding here, hands alongside your body into your Tadasana, mountain pose. Breathing in the energy that's flowing in through your body, out of your nose. Letting it circulate. Letting it gently deepen your breath. And see if you can inhale, arms up. Opening those lungs as you exhale, gently offer a little bit of a back bend. Lifting your heart up to the heavens, up to what's above. Deep breath. Come all the way up and then exhale, gently come down. You're going to slide your left foot back. Now if you have a blanket, you can put it underneath your knees. If you don't, you can just fold your mat over. And come all the way to your lunge. So it's not about coming too far forward. It really truly is about feeling what's happening on your back thigh. So tuck your tailbone under, lift your chest, and then start bending that front knee, but only as far as you can until your low back wants to arch, and then stop right there. Now bring your arms up. Deep breath. And see if you can lower your right arm down, and then gently reaching, so not forward, just to the side with that arm. If you have a block, you can put your arm on the block, your hand on the block. Look up toward that upper hand. If you feel like you're a little unsteady, what you can do is just tuck your toes under. It will help balance you. And breathe. And come all the way back up. Lower your hands down. Now if you have blocks, put your hands on blocks. You can shift back so that front leg is straight and flex that foot. And hold here. Breathe through the back of those hamstrings. Just deep breath. And if you want, you can use your opposite hand to grab the side of that foot, creating even more of a stretch to the side of your rib cage. Opening up the Prana Vayu of your body. Prana is breath, universal breath. And come back, center, bend that knee. Tuck your toes under, lift that knee off the floor. Bring your foot back forward, hang right here. And then slide the opposite leg back. Again, same thing, blanket or double mat over. And if you're home and you're on carpet, you might not need to do that. Right, inhale, arms up. Come all the way up onto that right knee. Tuck the tailbone down and forward. You can lower your hands down onto that front thigh if that helps you. Otherwise, arms up. Hold here. Then gently bring that left arm out to the side. Lean to your left, not forward, just to the left. Look up toward that right hand. Breathe. And come all the way up, both arms up, lower your hands down, and then shift back. Breathe. And if you want to, take your opposite hand and bring it over that foot. And then slowly coming back. Tuck your back toes under, lift your knee off the floor, bring that foot forward. And hang here. You're going to inhale halfway up, so you can put your hands above your knees, or if your fingertips touch down, it's okay to bend your knees, but I want you to just drop your heart down, look up. Shoulders come gliding away from your ears. Let that belly just really expand and come rest onto your thighs. Exhale, fold. And go ahead and bring your hands down. Walk yourself into a downward facing dog or onto your hands and knees if this is better for you. Then inhale, come up to tiptoes. Exhale, shift forward into plank. Bring your knees down if you need to. And come down into chaturanga and all the way down onto your belly. And hold here. You're going to extend your arms forward. Pause here, bring your forehead down, and then shimmy your legs out to the right, and shimmy your arms out to the right. And breathe, you can feel this all the way to your hip bones from the armpit. Come back, center, and go opposite side. So same thing, breathing. And then bring it back to center. See if you can grab your ankles. If it's not okay for you to grab your ankles, just reach back. And then kick those feet back and come up. Keep digging that pubic bone into your mat. You're going to release your head. 2 more breaths. And then exhale all the way down and press to a child pose. Maybe you can pause into your hands and knees to release that low back. And then stretch back. Slowly come back to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under, go back to your downward facing dog. Relax your neck. And walk your feet back forward towards your hands and hang here. Halfway up on breath. And fold. And again, gently roll up, letting your arms come around. And exhale, gather your hands to prayer pose. Pause here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale again, reach back. Come all the way up and dive back down. Halfway up on breath. Exhale, fold. Hands down, walk yourself to a plank. You can jump back to chaturanga. You can lower your knees down if you want to, lowering all the way down, or taking up dog if you know up dog. If not, cobra. All the way back down, tuck toes under, go back, downward facing dog. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Walk your feet back, forward. Halfway up on breath. And then fold again. And bring your knees down and come into a seated position. Holding here. I want you to just notice the space in your rib cage. Space in your spine, in between your vertebrae. Space in your heart and around your heart. Prana, life force, breath, universal breath. And then see if you can take your right or left foot. If you can, start with the right one. And then gently go ahead and place it onto your thigh. Now, I understand that this is a lot for a lot of people, so otherwise just cross it forward, okay? But if you can, you're gonna place it onto your thigh, flex the foot, and just take a few breaths right now into the hips. Keep that spine straight, keep reaching up, and then gently turn towards that top knee. Inhale and elongate your spine, reaching up with the top of the head, and as you exhale and find a twist. Deep, deep breath. And come back, center again. Pause here. And if you can, if it's not so excruciating that you feel you're gonna break, just fold to that limit. Fold onto that space where you feel like, okay, I need to take a breath and I need to breathe right here. I need to feel what's going on. So just stay there. And if your hips are extremely flexible, then adjust until you feel something. And if you're not physically feeling something, then just go in, go in. Find out the story between you and your hips. 2 more breaths. And come back up. Shake that forward. Bring your arms up. Come folded onto that leg. And then slowly come up. And then switching the leg. Your foot onto your thigh. Hold here. Flex it if you can. Take a few seconds to just tune into the breath. Spine straight. Twisting toward that top knee. And breathe. Good. Deep breath. A few more inhales. come back center. And then same thing, gently fold if you can. And then come all the way up, extend that top leg forward, arms up and fold. And then gently come up. And cross your legs, come back to seated pose just for a breath or two. Connecting to our breath helps us act, not react. It tunes us into the truth of ourselves. And sometimes what we reveal and what we find out might not be something that we really like, but we gotta look at it. And it's only through the breath that we can actually just sit with whatever level of discomfort we may have about what we discover. We can sit still, be brave, look at it, and be willing to change that. There's a lot going on in our country at the moment. A lot. And it's easy to just fall into despair and fall into detachment and think, if it's not affecting me directly, I don't have to look at it. I'm not responsible for it. But we are all responsible for what is happening, so just look inside. Find the truth of who we are. And if we don't like that, let's change that. And gently see if you can roll down onto your back. Bring your knees to your chest. Hold here. And bring your knees all the way to the right. Look to your left. Extend that arm out. And bring it back to center and go to the opposite side. Bring it back to center. Bring knees back to chest. Two more breaths. As you exhale, bring your forehead to your knees, pause and hold. And then gently come and lay down into Shavasana, but don't skip that part even if you're at home.
which most of you guys are right now. Don't skip. The only reason why we come to our mats is to be able to lay down and integrate what our bodies, mind, and soul have come to and have gone through during practice. So stay here. And see if you can start scanning your body, starting with your toes. Just noticing your toes. And bring your awareness and breath up your calf to your knees. To the front of your thighs, up to your pelvis. To your belly. And the energy go all the way up to your heart, to your chest. To the right side of your chest. The left side of your chest. Up to your throat. To the front of your throat. To your tongue, your jaw, releasing everything. All the way to your forehead and the top of your head. And from the top of your head, bring your awareness and breath to the back of your head. Down to the back of your throat, your jaw, to the back of your heart, your spine, down to your low back, your glutes, sending your awareness and the breath down the legs, the back of the thighs, the back of your knees, the back of your calves, down to your ankles and back to your toes. And see if you can cycle through that 2 more times on your own. And then slowly, when you're done, see if you can rub your hands together. And turn to your side and press up to your seated position. Bring your hands back to your heart. And going back to that one word you may have set up at the beginning of class, you may have thought of. And if you were to describe how you feel, how your heart feels, with one word, that word remains the same. And bring our hands back into your prayer pose as we close our practice together. We pray for courage. We pray for understanding. We pray for wisdom. We pray for peace. We pray for bravery. We pray for the ability to look inside ourselves and to find out where we can help and how. We pray for the courage and the bravery and the wisdom to not put the burden of the answer on the people that are already feeling disfranchised and oppressed. We pray for strength. Join me into sealing this class with one Om. Inhale deeply. Inhale, bring thumbs up to your third eye. Inhale deeply, hold your breath. Exhale. Inhale again and hold. Exhale, Namaste, Satnam.